This day 1620 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. There is a Shimon Shimon Hey Siv Vav. The Shimon Zion Siv Hey. Vav Arukh based in Mizman Shebeis Hamikdash Mizman Hamikdash. The people who killed at Beis in time the Beis Hamikdash existed. Shana Tanya Yudani Misa when Zahaj imposed the death penalty. Tanya Shama says there in Seches Smachas, I think it is. We're dealing with Mari Asma Das. Yeah. They ain't misasking them. We don't involve themselves in any matter. V'chem akrovim and their brethren and their relatives. Boim v'sholem v'sholem eidim of them. They come and greet the eidim adoni and lomar to say she'ein alechem klum. We have no complaints against you. Shedan dinem esdantem. Judge a proper judge, true judgment. V'lo yimasav el onanim. They had no. There was no avails, although there was aninus. Shein aninus. I believe aninus is something which is not a display of respect, but feeling in the heart. There's nothing between silence and crying. In brackets, Arukh HaShulchan knew that even the heart they should not be in a state of sadness. Anyway, rather the brackets, the people killed by the government, the cover karoi, laspido, if the government gives permission, about obviously non-Jewish governments, to bury and properly and be mastered properly, they should sue. So, and if not, they should not do so. We should go to Magaza, somebody who stole, thieved by days in the is killed as a result. Nobody can he's not called a suicide. If he was killed by the government, they should do as government commands. Zayin Mishames al pi harchaka, somebody who died based on distancing. We saw the laws of Chem and Nidui. Tinuk habit atzmo ladas. Is that somebody who commits suicide? It's fascinating. Ain't koyim lochotzin. You don't do kriya. You don't do bear the shoulder unless be nar eulogies. Male the Ramban akrovin korim. Well, that's the case. Just like the suicide, according to Ramban, the relatives would do kriya. You put a stone on his coffin. That's when he showed the flagrant rebellion. When he violated the Torah. That he put in a chain because he was a deadbeat. Came Shemes once he's died. Put him in he's free of their decree. You don't put a stone on his coffin. Must be in karoi and you give him proper respect. Anybody who separates themselves from the or deviates from the pathways of the community. Also, those who have remove the yoke of mitzvahs from their necks. They're not included in Am Yisrael in their performances of Chavod Amodos and honoring them Shus Bateknizos and sitting in shul, Bate Midrashos or in Bate Medrash, and they are like free people unto themselves. In removing the yoke of the kingdom of heaven. Also the people who snitch on Jews, those who have converted to paganism, all these people who do not have even aninus on them, famous Hamalim, you don't mourn them. Their brethren and other relatives, Lovshin Levanim, they put on white clothing, festive clothing, Usafin Levanim, and they wrap themselves in white clothing. They eat and drink and make merry. Poresh min. Tzibur is somebody who separates himself from the community. B'misim arnonios, in paying taxes, whether they're poll taxes or real estate taxes. Shenetz only kones b'olazis, he doesn't want to come under the burden of taxes. Hakol v'sayim love the relatives mourn him. But other people say do not have to take off from their work. B'shvil sok imo in order to be involved in his arrangements. A child who converted with his mother and died. Love. You don't have a veil on him. Im aviv. So to be converted with his father. Yeshlam said those are arguing this, I guess, because it's a child. Yashav Yudal Yom. Yeshlam said 40 days of Shiva when his son shmadded. Okay, not just read that down as halacha as historical fact. Sounds like a historical fact, not halacha. People who are killed by the government. Knows when do you start counting the Avelos? From the time you gave up from asking for the body and burying it. But you should not steal the body without the awareness of the government. Anybody who steals the body is a murderer. It's like a person who worships a Zara, and like a person who commits Gilead Rice, Mechalel Shabbos, and Mechalel Shabbos. Not sure why. Okay. Maybe because he's going to cause, I assume because it's going to cause retribution and reprisals. Can't imagine any other reason. Somebody who steals from customs, he's like a murderer. Not just murder. Like all those are big averus. I guess again because of reprisals. Somebody who was fell into the sea or shot from or swept by a river, was eaten by a wild animal. You don't curtail any veilus on them. From when do you start counting veilus for them? Shashi starts vacation time. You give up hope on ever find and looking for them. And so if you found him in limbs cut up, you don't start counting until you find the head and the majority of the torso. If the body is complete, they do a tara like on other mason. Place where there are wounds on the body, and there's blood there. You don't do tara in a place which is dirty with blood because it has to be buried. Over in coffin of a dead body which goes from place to place. If the skeleton is attacked, that means the spine and the ribs are in proper order. I'm sorry. No, that was wrong. If the spine is intact, and that means if the skeleton is intact, means the spine and its ribs, then omdim Allah b'shura. Then you, when the mace arrives here, then the Avelim stand in a shura, in a line, and they say Birchas Avelim. And if they're Avelim, we're mourning him. If the skeleton is no longer attacked, sure you don't stand in a line for Tanchumim, you don't say the Birchas Avelim, nor Tanchumim Avelim, nor constellations for Avelim. Shemem Vav. If your relative is crucified in the city, you should not live in it. Tanya Muslim Smachos, Misha Bala Tzolu Imaba Ir. Somebody whose husband was crucified with her in the city. His wife was crucified with him in the city. His father and mother are crucified in the city. Should not live in that city. Has a great city like Antiochia. And he should not stay on that side of the city when it's a great metropolis, but remain on the other side. And obviously we talk about they're crucified after their death. They're hanging, like they used in the old times, they used to hang them out, not just in Roman times or medieval times, until the body would rot. I must say, usher until when is it usher live in the city? Until the flesh is consumed, kulo, in its entirety. That you cannot, and you can't tell the form in the bones either, I guess. It seems that only from the husband and wife, father and mother, there's an issue. As people mention, this crucified person is the husband of this person, or the father of this person. By other relatives, there is no such issue, and there are those who are unsure of this. Those who have it's clear to them it's true about all relatives. That's the from it seems that it's only the father, mother, and spouses. Once in the old days when they used to leave the mason hung and they didn't allow to be buried. Now this is, at least generally speaking, not relevant. not to arouse on the dead 30 days before Yontif. Aleph. Tanam Pelakat Moikot. Learn first Pelakat Moikot and Layor Adam. Amesa Spinal Kunal Begel Shloshim Yom. We should not arouse on the dead and eulogize them 30 days for Yom Tov. He's Bishami Ezer Ira. What's going to be arousal? Maskir and Amesa to mention among the dead. Lois Beno Hesim Nasa. We shouldn't give him eulogy in and of himself. Another time it is true be Yoshon if it's an older death. New death mutar. Ezuhu Chodesh B'toch Lamed was Chodesh was considered to be new with died within 30 days. Yoshon old Lach Lamed after 30 days. Cost time they wrote the reasons made the Kshem Meslo Mesa Toch Shloshim Shliv Ne'arego when somebody dies within 30 days for Yontif Vayesh Libo Mirus Hames. So then already he feels better on account of the death. We're not going to feel worse because of eulogy. But if the mace died more than 30 days, he's forgotten, at least somewhat, after 30 days, but get regular when the regular arrives. But now you're going to eulogize him. He's going to have additional tsar, but get regular when the yontif comes. Every now and then he must be him. Even if he has a mace which died within 30 days, mosquito. He does eulogize him. The one who died more than 30 days beforehand, ain't less be not masbin within 30 days of the yontif. Base. B'shashlan pliga Rav Shmuel v'tayim Mishnah. There's a machlekas. That was all the Yerushalmi. In the Bavli is a machlekas b'tayim Mishnah. Rav Maratam Kadesh Lo Yitzia Mos Sheichin LaRegal Hesped. So you shouldn't spend the money that you prepared for yontif on the eulogy. Because if it's for free, it's okay. Shmuel said, because the mace not forgotten from the heart until 30 days. In other words, also when you rouse the hesped, the 30 days start counting again from the hesped on. So therefore, it would be also even if you did it for free. It comes automatically. If he dies within 30 days, mutter. God, it's permissible. The Sarah was looking here on the yontif anyway. But Yisham said Kishmul, obviously Yisham and Shmuel are congruent. Chaim Pasko Rambam by Rav Kishmul, therefore the Rambam and Rav Pasko Shmuel. Avdil Sakrab Yisuri, even though normally it looks like Rab, but Yisurim. Chaim Pasko Rosh, but Tov Shmuel Rabbi Kam, but Chaim Sim Tov Kunzai Ain Sham. In brackets he says Mashkasa Betur Vedavka Beschar V'Chulei Tos Atfusu Ain Sham. Okay, whatever there is, type on the tour. Kimmel Aval Ramban. For Rashba, the Ramban Torah, so the Rashba, Magid Mishnah, brother Magid Mishnah, and in the Chuvas, Chen Taisvis, Vasmag, Paska Rab, the Paska Rab, Kelso Krab Yisur, say Allah is not like Rab Yisur, Lamash Khin Yishami, don't pay attention to Yishami. You are laying the Kenegaz Shchumla Rab, so according to that, there should be a cooler, right? That for free it's okay. But no, says Arukh HaShulchan, it's also Chumrah. The B'schar also, that if it's for pay, it's also, I feel like Shemeis Lo Meis Toch Lamed, even the mace died within 30 days of Yontif. The Zil B'schar Time up follow the reasoning. China Mutter B'chol Gavne, if it's for free, it's Mutter no matter what. Zel Kaban is Rashi, B'Mishnah, Shkosa, that's a Rashi, Shalo Lois Beno, She Meis Lo Meis, Toch Shlosh Miyam, V'lo Yiskor Safton. Lois Beno, he said that if he dies, somebody dies in 30 days, you should not hire a eulogizer. Sabarav, the Bible read the same thing. It seems to be against Ushami. At the time, Rav, but that's because they also Paskal Rav. Rav and Nafkina Koshavnu. According to Rav, there's no difference as we wrote. In other words, within 30 days or not within 30 days. It's always also to pay. The bracket says here, Lo Amar Shas Nafkina. Why does Shas mention Nafkina? Shot some Nafkina, Afa Mace Konim Shloshim. V'china Mutzer wants to say in Nafkina for a Mace for 30 days, that for free it's okay. And Shon Pisa Tzarchin Shulchan Aruch, Shishmi Daitom the Gamre. Why does Shulchan Aruch leave out the opinion of those Rishon Paschal Rab altogether? For Rabbeim Poskim Nega Poskim Kishmuel. And then more of them Paschal Rab than Paschal like Shmuel, the Duke. Ta'odas Matir Shemeis Toch Shloshim, according to those who Matir, I mean, it could be good. Okay, that's my thing was the mitzvah. So according to those who Matir, we died within 30 days. I feel Meis Koim Shloshim even died before 30 days, before the Yontif. El Shibolo Hashmut Toch Shloshim, but he got the news within 30 days. The Yontif Gankim Mutas Biri also be Masvid. Sheitzar Nimshar Miyom Hashmua, his anguish continues on the day he heard. Bloitos Elosar, not getting additional tsar for being Masvid now. V'dai Shosh Rabbi Sein Bali Tais L'Kotzu Shan Nafil Shmuel Enis Elay Dei Saftan. The place is right. It's only issued by a professional eulogizer. Avu had so much speed, but he himself, the relative, is allowed to say has best made. The Yosem is topping Mitzari de Tzaka. He's going to more be curtailed from his anguish by expressing some grief. It's like a closure thing. And he's very happy after time elapses. That kind of shana. To me, I should have used it it's down. It's not part of Shulchan Aruch. Name the Shlosh and Rama and Yokain because the language Rama's not like that. I ain't sure because Eva Pergirav 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 Tiyatzarchim Halacha. It's not clear. Hey, because I made it, he says, Berchaim is Shon, the basic rights. Near Lishol number of Varim Alo, El Pimid Hogam. This is only according to their Minok. Shochin last people may send Emsa Shona. They went to stay Spadim on their Mason in the middle of the year. Loreh Bechiv to rouse crying and mourning. Shows that that sorrow won't be forgotten for 30 days. They really linger. Their emotions lingered. I don't know about today if these emotions linger anywhere near the same amount. Amashogim is one said, but that because they betashel mishal at the end of the year, softim they do say eulogy, general eulogies. Maskin the shmoso. He mentioned the shama avdi v'shmul shari. So that in other words, you base chodesh is aspect on the mace. That can be even within 30 days. The reason they do is to interrupt their abelos. It's not a closure. For he's according to the Rapashad, it's clear that our commemorations in Shul are not considered at all. We even do something else itself on the last day of Yom Tov. We do no Shabbos every Shabbos, except for Shabbos and Varchim. So to feel that's a prayer, but no Jews talk about them. We pledge to talk for them. You also not masking the shamos when there's a bris milah or a chasam brak with Shabbos shalif nei shvuos the Tisha B'av only by the Shabbos for shvuos and Shabbos for Tisha B'av after Baruch Chodesh even though in Baruch Chodesh kam yesh milah of a chasam and even there's a milah or a chasam that day maskim the shamos because lavelus of those months they shows here terrific exeris b'anachamu because then they were bitter to the worst exeris at the ancient times. For me, Mavarachmi times then those weeks he takes to the pasuk that the Shabbos for Tisha B'av you say avarachamim even if it's not going to be Varchim Chodesh. I'm not sure what it means. I think it means the Shabbos before Rosh Chodesh Av. Everything has to do with the minhag. Famous story. They say about, I'm sure they say other than they say about Rabbi Zalman. That's what I heard. It was in Slutsk. So they came with him in Shul, Shabbos before Chodesh Av. Everybody started arguing to say Avraham, not say Avraham. So they came to Rabbi Zalman and asked him, what's the minhag? He said, this is the minhag. Some people want to say it, some people don't want to say it, and everybody gets into a big fight about it. Okay, that's it for tonight.